Yes, sir. Look at it. Look at it. I wasn't even going to go live, but welcome to the table. I'm sorry. Welcome to the stream. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go. Welcome. Yes. Housing, jobs, recognition. That's what I like to hear. Welcome to the stream. Yes, yes, yes. Job opportunity, recreation, watching live right now. Let me see. Yes, sir. What's up, Sheeta? I wish y'all could see this with me. Turn it on right now. You got Mitch Reels in the house, Josh Hurst, Muriel Bowser, Roger Goodell, Daryl Green, Joe Gibbs, everybody in the building, y'all. Dan Quinn, Adam Peters. Okay, we about to hear from Josh Hurst. Ready to see what it do. I'm excited, y'all. Yes, sir. We coming back to DC, y'all. It's official. It's official, dog. Welcome to the stream, y'all. I wasn't gonna stream. I wasn't gonna stream, but I'm excited, man. Right now, Josh Harris speaking. He talking on the team. This is official. This is the real deal. Yes, sir. It's happening, y'all. It's happening. I don't know why I'm so excited. Like I got signed. Right now, Josh Harris speaking on his experience when he remembering the stadium being at RFK Stadium. And if you're trying to figure out where to catch this at right now, actually the Washington Commanders are live right now on their channel, but it's all over the news. It's on Channel 4, NBC 4, on the local TV, so you could just tune in and hear it. I'm just doing this live, you know what I'm saying? My live reaction. We're going to do a live breakdown of this as soon as it's finished, y'all. Bring them home then. Yes. It's definitely going to be loud. It's definitely going to be live and lit. Yes, sir. I am so excited. This is a big deal for us, y'all, because having the team come back to let me put my logo up here. Let me put my logo up here. Having the team come back to DC, I ain't think I ever get the chance to see this day again, should I say. Thousands of new jobs, billions of new tax net revenue, partnership with local businesses. And did y'all see how the stadium gonna look? Let's go. Yes. Josh Hurd said it's gonna be the best stadium in the country. Let's go. Yeah, show a picture of it. Let's go. I am excited. Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? Oh, he going hard. Oh, well, if we can show the stream, let me show the stream. Let me go get the stream. Let's see. YouTube. We're gonna show the stream here. Let me put this up here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna put that on the screen too. Cause I ain't know we could do this, but we finna do it. We finna do it. Let's get it done. I'm gonna put that right here. All right, so yes, we will. Let me turn this on, y'all. I'm sorry.
RFK Stadium. Commissioner.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and thanks, Bram. This is a very special day, one that many of us have been looking forward to many years.
Cadell, y'all.
I'm excited to join the mayor and Josh
Sure
to help announce the intention of the Commanders to return to their historical site, their home in Washington, D.C. Thank you to Mayor Bowser for your leadership, extraordinary, and we're here and glad to support you. And of course to Josh for your incredible leadership. Under Josh's leadership,
yes, sir,
this team has become a playoff team in a very short period of time. With this stadium, it will also become a leader off the field too. The Commanders' future is clearly a bright one. Today would not be possible without the help from Congress, who in passing the RFK bill late last year, and I want to thank Representatives Comer and Norton for sponsoring the bill, and for the congressional leadership for passing the needed legislation to get us here today.
Yes, sir.
I grew up in this district, as was mentioned before, attending games at Old RFK Stadium. It was a special place. Many of our early memories as a football fan were formed there, watching the great teams and sharing the experiences with my family and the tremendous fans of this team. A generation of fans growing up rooting for the team did not have that experience, but the next ones will, and I could not be more excited for them. The stadium project announced today promises to be great for the fans, the team, and the district, and the NFL. It also makes us better as a club, as a league, and all of our clubs playing in a world-class stadium in front of passionate fans is one of our big objectives. We've seen throughout the country new stadiums transform communities. Since 2001, more than $32 billion has been invested in stadiums.
We'll move this over
here,
y'all.
There are 8 more projects underway, an estimated cost of $20 billion. This will be critical in revitalizing an area that has been dormant and undeveloped for nearly 30 years.
Y'all let me know if the sound good, y'all.
When the team first left. Here in the district, there will be billions of dollars invested in this area and economic activity that lifts up this city and generates jobs throughout the region. The NFL has a long history of investing in stadiums, projects.
It's good to see Roger Goodell there.
But all 31 teams will contribute along with Josh and his partners. This is an important project that the league recognizes, and we will be there to support. Once again, I want to thank the mayor and Josh for their incredible leadership. We look forward to working with you both. This project is important to us, and we recognize we will be supporting you throughout the city council process as well, and look forward to seeing us all on opening day.
Thank you, Roger. Give the commissioner a big
Let's
round
go.
of applause.
Round of applause for Commissioner.
So let me just quickly mention some folks who have worked really long and hard to get us to this point. But I also want to emphasize to do. And my team will stand ready to work with the members of the council, providing all of the information that they need. I want to recognize the council's chair for Business and Economic Development, at-large council member Kenyon McDuffie. The host council member for RFK, and I told him he came in the door winning, Council Member Wendell Felder.
Yeah.
The council member who has been my partner throughout my tenure for housing and making sure we deliver it, at-large council member Anita Bonds.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Very quickly, I call them my big deal team because we do big deals here. And I asked this lady to join me when I became mayor 10 years ago. She thought she was retired, and she told me she would stay for a year. And 10 years later, she's here. And I want to thank Beverly Perry. I want to acknowledge our chief deal maker on this one, Sarosh Odpadwala.
Yes, sir. We need
The
all of
Deputy Mayor
them.
for
We need to
Economic
get it approved,
Development,
y'all.
Nina Albert. The city administrator for the district, Kevin Donahue. And our Budget Director, Jenny Reed. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I do also want to acknowledge our other partner in this endeavor, the official Convention Center and Sports Authority for the district, who will be our partner in parking, and led by Angie Gates, the president and CEO.
Yes, sir.
Chaired by Leif Dormsjo. Thank you, Leif. And any other members or of the board members for Events DC, thank you for being here. Thank you. I see Sherry Doggett over there. And I want to also acknowledge our expert partners who helped us put together this deal with the team: ASM Global, CSL, Hyatt Brown, Gensler, Kutak Rock, Tybra Hudson, PFM, Legends, and Perkins Eastman. Give them a round of applause. Other members of the Congress who have been in the front
Wait till y'all
and
see what the
behind
stadium look like.
scenes, Senator Mark Warner, Senator Tim Kaine, Senator Joe Manchin, Congressman Benny Thompson, and Congressman Clyburn. Please give them a big round of applause.
Mayor, may I also mention, look, this thing came together 100-0. I mean, there's been many parts of this journey in the Senate at 12:01. I learned a lot about the political process. And I just want to thank the senators from Maryland, the senators from Virginia.
Absolutely.
For being there and for supporting this effort, because we wouldn't be here without them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And final mentions to two of my predecessors who are here, one who brought baseball home, former Mayor Anthony Williams.
I do so.
And I know a very
Okay, I just
proud
wanted to
woman
make sure it
today,
shows, Sheeta.
Mayor Sharon Pratt. Oh, Councilmember Pinto in pink. I'm sorry. I failed to acknowledge our host council member for today and a very, very early and strong supporter of bringing the team home, our Ward 2 Councilmember Brooke Pinto.
Yeah. All right, get to the details.
This is an
Get to the
exciting day,
details.
and we do hope it is the first of a few historic announcements along the trail here. Our panel has agreed to take a few questions now, so why don't we do that? And let's start with John Keim from ESPN.
Let's go, John.
Okay. Roger, real quick, how much does this increase the chances of getting a Super Bowl in D.C.?
Uh-oh. We get a Super Bowl in D.C.? Go ahead and take a drink, because we need a
I
straight
didn't
answer.
announce that, but I would say dramatically.
Let's go. Roger Goodell said our chances of getting a Super Bowl
Our
in
next
D.C.
question,
increased
Sam Fortier
dramatically.
of the Washington Post.
Okay, Sam.
For all of you, when did this moment start to feel real, and what does it feel like right now?
Well, I'll start. I mean, obviously, this has been a vision of ours since we bought the team, bought the club. It was in our original plan. It's been a journey. It's been a process. I'd say, for me personally, it really started to get real in the last few weeks when, when the mayor, I think, shook me by and said, we got to get going, even though we were waiting around for some politics to occur. But it got real then, and we're so happy to be in partnership with the city and the NFL announcing it today.
For me, Sam, I knew once we got the land that we needed to be ready. And when I sat across the table from Josh, and
We couldn't have did this with Dan Snyder as our owner, y'all.
that this had to get done, or we were both going to have to move on. He was going to have to move on from us, and we were going to have to move on from the team. And so once we established that, I knew I already knew we had the best site. I did. I knew we had the best site. And once I knew that he wanted to be back home, that we chartered a path to get there. So I would say when we knew we had the land, we'd already been working on a pretty good plan, and now we're here.
Yes, sir.
I would just add very quickly, these projects are not easy projects to take on. They're complex. They involve a lot of decision making along the way. There are difficult periods, but I would fall back on the leadership of the mayor, who had the vision and the willingness to take this on. I think that does not happen in cities or states without that kind of a political leader standing up and saying this is good for our community, which we obviously agree. And of course, Josh, who understood not just the emotional reason for coming back to the district, but also this was really the right thing for this community. This will be a tremendous economic driver, but more importantly, I think it will send a signal to everyone in the world, frankly, of this community and the way they're going and the direction they're going.
Our next question, David Aldridge from The Athletic.
When is the stadium going to be built? When is it going to start?
Thank you. For Josh and for Mayor Bowser, what assurances can you provide to local residents that they will not be overwhelmed by the new construction, the new projects, that they will be able to stay in the area and stay in the housing that they currently have? And for Roger, I wonder if the SoFi project in LA is at all analogous to this in terms of the partnership that the Cronkies had with the city of Inglewood.
Well, thanks for that question. And the good thing about this site is it was an NFL stadium there. The Washington football team played there for decades. And the
Washington Redskins played there for decades.
Exists.
You can say it.
It is served by Metro. It's served by the highway. It's served by an expansive bus system. The difference between when the team last played and now is that there are many other modes that are available for people to travel there as well. What we've heard from the community is they're tired of the blight, and they want the 180 acre parcel to be brought back to life. So one advantage is that we won't just have what's there now, a sea of parking and a stadium. We're going to be able to have a wonderful mix of uses. I love that we can show a map that demonstrates all of the different parcels that will be engaged, that include entertainment, an entertainment district that has set aside park space, including the area that can't be developed right along the Anacostia River, and an entire recreation district that the district will populate with the existing fields in our sportsplex, and what we're calling the Kingman Park District, which will be largely residential. So this is what we promise to deliver, a mix of uses that includes an NFL stadium.
Yeah, David, the only thing I would add, and that's well said, is just that only 15%. Right now, there's a crumbling.
Look at the blueprint of it, y'all. Well, y'all not looking at it on.
There's nothing there, right? And it's just been that way
on the news. You got the plastic district
in the 90s, and so now we're bringing this area back to life. We're activating the area, and the stadium itself is only 15% of the overall landmass. So, obviously, this is going to be a great thing for that area in terms of activating. The Anacostia River, you can actually ride your bike from Nationals Park. It's a thing.
Hold up.
And so that's a big part of what we're doing.
David, I think you asked about analogous to other stadiums. I think Atlanta is a very interesting analogy also. I think Los Angeles clearly is. I think Detroit is. I think there are many cities where they have seen the value of the reinvestment into that community, a stadium being surrounded by a development such as this that I think is very powerful, and they've all been successful. both in, I think, the community's mind, most importantly, but also in our mind. But I also think they've been successful from an economic standpoint.
Our next question is from Stephen Wino of the Associated Press.
Josh, my question's for you. Obviously, I know you guys have been looking at sites in Maryland and Virginia in the district. How much of sort of your investment was for you guys, as Mitch and your ownership group, nostalgia about how much you guys as a team wanted to be back at the RFK site?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you look, we all grew up here, right? And we all were certainly touched by our experiences, but I think it was less nostalgia and more just a deep connection to understanding how important the location was. It's in the middle of, you've got, the DMV is obviously Virginia, Maryland, and DC. DC happens to be in the middle. Obviously, we all experienced, the rumbling of RFK and the centrality of that location in terms of its proximity to the seat of government and to businesses and being in the middle, as well as, the experience of a city stadium, right? Like walking there, taking the metro, kind of the experience itself. So I think that all of those things contributed, but at the end of the day, it was the right thing.
Let me try over this picture real quick.
It was more just the fact that we had grown up here gave us that vision to, not look at the crumbling concrete that was there, but remember in our minds the vivid nature of what Washington football was all about and how it really brought a city that was socioeconomically, distinct and challenged at that point, with lots of groups of people together, right? No matter where you were from, who you were, your race, color, religion. On Sundays, you were a Washington football fan. And so that really did contribute to our focus on it and then, kind of brought it to life. And then, look, let's face it, Washington is amongst, if not the most important city in the world. It's a gateway city for the United States of America. And, to have a stadium and a site, where you can see the Washington Monument, you can see the Capitol. I remember watching on TV those shots and having John Madden talk about, we're here in the nation's capital, and there's the Washington Monument, there's the White House, there's the nation's capital, and then there's RFK at that bowl, right? And so all that stuff was incredibly motivating to all of us.
Our next question is from Chick Hernandez of WUSA.
All right, come on, Chick.
All righty then. You gonna hold this? Okay. I am capable. Commissioner, we've had 2 decades of darkness here with this franchise, and then it turned around. What's the league view of this franchise and what's taking place right now with this welcoming back home?
Yeah, I would say that the league view is incredibly positive. Josh coming in and I think making a commitment to this franchise that they were going to be one that this community would be proud of. Obviously, every owner that comes in hopes to have the winning tradition reestablished quickly. I think Josh may have been ahead of his timetable a little bit, but good for him. And I think it's
good
beyond...
GM and coach and quarterback.
Jaden helps, but he's got a great team over here. But I would say that we look at this as a very important football market. This has been one that we want to have, obviously, a sterling franchise in this community. We feel that we have that now. It's going in the right direction. I think the commitment by Josh and the city to bring the team back into D.C. is a really important one. I think emotionally, but also I think it signifies that they care about this community, they care deeply about it, and they're going to do the right things to make this franchise successful.
Our next question is from Rebecca Turco of WJLA7.
Hi, good morning. This is a question for the mayor. The $202 million for infrastructure and the $89 million for the sportsplex. Can you explain why use taxpayer money for this? Why not pursue creative options like
good question.
Seat licenses, for instance?
About using taxpayer money.
Okay, so I think you've asked me about the public investment in the stadium. So what I hope has been made clear is that this is a massive investment and the largest private investment in the district's history. The Commanders will be committing $2.7 billion.
$2.7 billion.
$2.7 billion. So the total investment.
Let's go. Clap that up. Clap that up. $2.7 billion, not 2.5.
Total investment will be $3.6 billion. Our part of the investment will be $500 million to support horizontal stadium construction. And Events DC, as I mentioned, our partner, is partnering for parking in the sum of $181 million. And the district is also partnering in parking for a total of $175 million. At the end of the day, we will own both of the parking garages. And so in addition to that, is we would, and as we have done with all public parcel development, we contribute to infrastructure development.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
And so we have the sum of
you can't see it. I posted it in the screen.
$202 million listed there for roadways and transportation studies and the like that support bringing RFK to life. Very similar to what we're doing at McMillan, or what we've done at St. Elizabeth's, or what we've done at Walter Reed, or what we've done at the adjacent Hill East. That the district goes in and supports infrastructure and works with a trusted development partner to build out, and that's how we expect to proceed here. As it relates to the Sportsplex, this is a long promise of mine. I think you know, 3 years ago, I made my first investment in the Sportsplex in our capital improvements plan, and we're coming back as part of this package to make sure we deliver it. You may not know this, but our kids right now leave school, if they are indoor track athletes, for example, and they travel out of DC to go do track. Our gymnasts, they go around the region. Our cheerleaders don't have a place to cheer. So we need a world-class indoor sports facility. And
they talking about building an indoor sports facility. Let's go. That's the way we can keep these kids off the streets, man. Give them somewhere to go. Give them somewhere to be active. And
our next question
that's what we need, man.
From Sam
Save
Collins
our
of
baby.
the Washington Informer.
Peace and blessings. Sam P.K. Collins of the Washington Informer. Madam Mayor, and anybody else who wants to answer, if we can just talk about, as it relates to the community benefits plan, what is the timeline of stakeholder engagement? How much in funds are we talking about being dispersed? And is this an arrangement that's happening in perpetuity or for a limited time?
Well, with all economic development projects, I start with this, and I've been involved with a lot over the years. The number one community benefit is what we will deliver on the site. So we will be able to deliver because of this catalytic anchor investment by the Commanders between 5,000 and 6,000 units of housing. We will be able to deliver more hotels. We will be able to deliver more jobs. So those are the chief economic benefits. When we look at this, more than 16,000 jobs will be created and more than $20 billion in tax revenue over the period of this commitment.
Woo!
Those are the benefits.
Stadium won't open till
Additionally,
2030,
we have laid
though.
out some pretty preliminary ideas with the team about other ways that the community will want to be involved in the site. I know I've had some preliminary conversations with members of the council. The team has had preliminary conversations with members of the council, and I expect those ideas will be fleshed out during the council process.
Our next question is from Mark Seagraves of NBC4.
Hey, good morning. Thanks very much. A question for you, Mayor Bowser, and a question for you, Mr. Harris. Mayor Bowser, I'm just wondering what you will say to residents at a time, you're faced with an enormous uphill budget battle going forward, both in the 2025 and in the upcoming 2026, with the prospects of layoffs, cuts of services, and hundreds of millions of dollars cut from the out years in the budget. How do you justify, what do you say to residents who think this is not the right time to put hundreds of millions of dollars?
Y'all better pay close attention to those residents that want to know.
and furlough, cut services, and possibly furlough workers. And then, Mr. Harris, for you, you mentioned that through this you've learned a lot about the political process with the federal government. You're about to learn a lot about the political process with the D.C. Council. And I only see 4 council members here today. You're going to need 7 votes. I'm wondering what your plan, we saw what happened with Monumental in Virginia. I'm wondering what your plan B is and how serious you've negotiated with Maryland throughout this if this deal falls through, if the D.C. Council fails to approve this. So, Mayor Bowser,
first, Mark, I want to make sure you're not confusing viewers. We're not talking about the CR-caused FY25 summer crises. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is our future. We're talking about our FY26 budget. And I'm advancing a balanced FY26 budget that is both focused on right-sizing spending, for sure, but it is also making some big, bold investments in growth. Now is not the time where our economy is shifting. You know what our job is right now? Our job is to replace economic activity for 40,000 people. If we don't make some change, they may not have their jobs. If we don't make some change, they may not live here. So our job is to advance a budget that is bold and that invests in growth. And I'm going to be talking a lot more about all of that growth agenda, but it starts with a catalytic investment at RFK. We cannot
talk about it. Talk about it. Let her finish.
If you need to add revenue, as we do, you can't leave 180 acres vacant. If you need to add jobs, as we do, you cannot wait for an anchor to show up to start developing there. When you need to attract business, you have to be about business.
Okay, Myrtle Bowser, she's trying to win me over. Okay, shawty.
So we're going to be talking about FY26.
Yes, sir.
Now, the Congress still has to fix FY25. Because if they don't, because your question is a serious one, I call it a fake budget crisis because we have the money. So if we have to cut services because they don't fix their snafu, then that's a problem. But, you know, we're going to keep pushing it. But we can't stop because no matter what happens with FY25, FY26 is coming. And so we're going to have at the end of FY30 or the beginning of FY30 a new stadium.
Let's go! It's happening.
I think that this is an incredible ROI for the city of D.C., the local community around the stadium. Literally, the mayor has done an amazing job at negotiating on behalf of the city, but also becoming a partner with us in an investment that is going to create like billions of tax revenue, thousands of jobs, a whole new community, and tie together the city. And look, I look forward to continuing my engagement and intensifying my engagement with the council, both Ward 7, but also the broader DC communities and the people that are representing the broader DC community, and being super transparent, giving them the details they need. And I think the project speaks for itself. And I think the project will stand, and I believe will convince the council this is in the best interest of D.C.
Our next question is from Stephanie Ramirez of Fox 5.
Can I just say one other thing? And we did have other alternatives, but we're really focused here. Can you tell us what that alternative is? Of course not.
All right, a question for Mr. Harris. Well, first off, we saw the photo right after the president signed the bill of the two of you smiling. I'm over here, sorry. Right back here. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
Saw the photo of you both smiling right after former President Joe Biden had signed the RFK bill into law. So the question everybody had was this already a done deal? Can you talk about where you guys were in that moment? And was this what you always wanted from the beginning in purchasing? And then I also have a follow-up question for you, Mayor Bowser.
Yeah, the answer is obviously that was a big step in the process. Until D.C. had the land back, there was no way you could consider doing this project at the RFK site. So that was the first step in the process, but we had not concluded or even, it was very early in the negotiations with D.C. And so after that moment, so yes, that was an amazing kind of part of the process, but after that moment, as the new year changed to 2025, we got to work and really created all these details. And so I was definitely smiling, but I was also, I knew there was a lot of work ahead. And listen, we've been very transparent with the whole DMV community in terms of what we thought was the right answer for the location of the stadium. And sometimes when you have partners in other jurisdictions, those conversations can be, it's harder to be honest and upfront about it, but we also didn't know whether we would be able to achieve. We kept discussions going, and obviously we've made commitments in Maryland, as to making that site a great site and not having what happened to D.C., which is RFK just literally sat there and became a mass of concrete. That's not going to happen in Maryland. We've already committed it won't, and we're engaging with the state of Maryland as to what we're going to do with that site to make it great for Maryland. And we have fans, obviously, in Virginia. We have fans in Maryland. We have fans in D.C. D.C. happens to be the center of it, but it's very important. We like having, we have our business offices in Maryland. We have our training complex in Virginia. If we can accomplish our stadium in D.C., we're engaging the whole area.
And then Mayor Bowser, couple questions here. We know that there are significant issues with business downtown and reviving downtown DC. Does this project kind of replace anything downtown, or how do you balance what you're trying to do here with reviving downtown? And then separately, will you commit to working with the residents some kind of financial agreement for those neighbors who are concerned that they may be forced to move out because of rising property costs with the new stadium that's going to be going there?
Well, nobody will be forced to move out. What we're proposing is completely on the RFK parcels. And the first part of your question was what?
How does this work with developing downtown?
We think it's entirely complementary. And more than that, we kind of got an early start on our growth agenda, what I'm now calling our growth agenda, because of the work that we were able to do downtown. And it's particularly around Chinatown and Gallery Place, and our Gallery Place Chinatown co-chairs here. Give those ladies a big round of applause. Jody and Debbie.
Yeah.
I see Jerem Price, who helped produce the Downtown Action Report. The council members at the front who unanimously approved a $515 million investment in keeping the Capital One Arena downtown. Might I add a structure that's very similar to what we are proposing here. And so I think that we have demonstrated that cities especially we're doubling down on what's working for us. We are a hospitality economy and a sports and entertainment economy. You've heard me say 1,000 times, this is not just fun and games. It's dollars and cents for the city. And what happens at these parcels helps us invest in all 8 wards.
We have time for one final question. Kate Ryan from WTOP.
Thank you so much. Once again, in terms of having this team return here, what do you envision in terms of people being able to afford it like they did in the old days? You'd walk over from your backyard barbecue to the games. What are the prices going to be like?
Yes, actually, Mark and I pulled out a ticket, and I hate to say it, from 1972. He kept it somehow, and it was $12 face. But look, I think obviously for us, affordability. We sit down every year, and Mark Klaus, our new president, is there. We sit down as a business team, and we set ticket prices, and we are very focused every year on affordability and inclusion and the ability of I have a family, the ability of everyone to bring their family to the game. And so that's going to continue to be, kind of a priority for us. New stadium, old stadium, pretty much everywhere. Thanks.
We're going to give you an opportunity to have a photo opportunity in just a moment. We're going to ask you all to stay seated as we're going to call you up in groups. But first, to commemorate what is a historic day, we're going to take this commander's helmet. Mayor Bowser, Josh Harris, Commissioner Goodell are all going to sign this today.
Yes, sir. Let's sign the helmet. I know, right, Vernon? I used to be scared of the way those old videos looked, the way the stadium used to rock back in the day. Like, when they doing all the jumping up and down, I'd be scared as I know to be up under that. If you watching right now, let me get a hail to the Redskins, a hail to the Commanders in the comments, man. I'm going to start it off.
Should we all stay on the same side?
Them videos was looking terrifying. They got my boy Roger Goodell's just signed the goddamn helmet. That's what I'm talking about. It's happening, man.
Congratulations. Allie, you want to call up some for groups or photo opportunities, please?
Now, I know they need 7 votes, and it's only 4 members are there, but it's happening. It's happening. All right, stream ended.
The Washington Commanders select Josh Carnley Jr.
Get out of there. All right. All right, y'all. So let's break that down. Let me get this off the screen first. Hold up, y'all. As y'all can see, let me get this off here. All right, y'all. So it's pretty much official, y'all. It's pretty much official. The Washington Commanders coming to D.C., man. I don't know if y'all just tuning in. If you're just tuning in, make sure you hit like on the make sure you smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. But it's a beautiful thing, man. I don't know if y'all seen the stadium or not. And I'm going to try to post one of those what the stadium look like in here. Matter of fact, let me go get that right quick. But it's going to be a dome, and they need 7 votes. And right now, there was four Congress people in there. So the committee, they need 7, though. And so it's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. And it won't be done until 2030. So my question is, the lease at RFK, I mean at Northwest Stadium is up in 2027. What will they do? Extension? They got to do an extension because I know we ain't going no years without playing in those stadiums, not having home field advantage. So they probably extend the lease for a few years because the stadium won't be done until 2030. So yeah, I'm excited. We coming back to DC. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, man. Yeah. And Vernon, you said he missed the days where RFK Stadium used to the daggone the stadium itself used to rock when people used to do the little wave and stuff like that. Man, that would be terrifying for me. I ain't trying to be a part of that. I'm already big. I'm already scared walking on eggshells thinking that it's going to come down tumbling. You know what I'm saying? I'm already thinking that. What's going on, Ma? Let me see if I can pull this out. Let me pull this chat out a little more. Yeah. Great day for the team, V. Great day for the team. She said, what it do? Don't know how y'all feeling, but we about to raise hell. Straight up. Rod Digger, thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. So, yeah, as you can see, it's official, y'all. They just waiting for the rest of the they wait for the rest of the votes, and then it'll be solidified, inked in. The Commanders is putting up $2.7 billion. So the total investment is 3.5. The Commanders putting up 2.7. They was talking about how it's going to create more jobs. They trying to put a recreational center there. That's pretty much going to be good, like another sports and learning complex, but bigger. It'll help the kids, you know. It'll help the kids keep them off the street because they don't really got too much to do in the city, so they get caught up in bad things unless you got to take your kids across town or whatever. So it's a good thing. And they asked her about, you know, what about those people who don't want the stadium to be there due to they don't want to pay for the stadium. And she was pretty much saying that, well, it's been a stadium there. It's been a stadium. So it's not like this is just a new thing they trying to, you know, shove in there. It already been there. So it's going to create 5,000 to 6,000 new homes, at least 30% affordable. Yeah. So and she was saying that no matter what happened in 2025, it's already in place for 2026. So it's definitely going down, y'all. It's definitely going down. So we heard from Josh Harris. We heard from Mario Bowser. We heard from Roger Goodell. And Roger Goodell did stamp it. He did stamp it. He said that this puts us in a great running for us to host a Super Bowl. Do you know what it would be like to host a Super Bowl in D.C. at the RFK Stadium? I was saying the draft yesterday. I was speaking on the draft. But imagine a Super Bowl. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. But we shall see. What you talk about, mister? He say, where are they? Oh, you done wrote 3 times. I don't know what you wrote. I don't even know what you wrote. What you trying to say, bro? Appreciate you. Y'all heard her. Smash them likes. Let me make sure I pin that message. But yeah, man. What did you say? We got a pissed off Dallas fan over here. Where Dallas fan? I don't see no Dallas fan. Oh yeah, this is where I could do that. Yup. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yeah, okay. So it's 1.4 million attendees a year, 10 plus Commander events, 10 plus concerts, and 100 plus private and other events per year. Per year. That means there's going to be a whole lot of concerts going on. Everything ain't going to be going to the Verizon Center or whatever they call it now. Yeah, so you're going to have a whole lot of events going on at the new Commander Stadium come 2030. So in 5 years, y'all, we'll have a brand new stadium at RFK Stadium. Are you talking about Tim? Tim ain't in here. He ain't in here. I got my boy Mister in here. Yeah, man, it's let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, he in the house hating. Yeah, man, I hope y'all having a great day, man. It's a great day to celebrate. The Washington Commanders just made a press conference, just had a press conference with Mario Bowser and Commissioner Roger Goodell in reference to the team coming back home. It's pretty much official. Although technically they got to get all 7 votes, but we shall see when they will have all of that done. So you just got to keep your ears to the headphones to see what's going on. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming in and joining me as we watch that thing live. I wasn't gonna go live at first because I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do a video and break down what's going on, which I'm about to do right now. But yeah, also I went live because I wanted to try this way of streaming because, like I said, you know, I'm new to the situation, so I'm definitely trying to better the stream. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. I'm coming. Hold up real quick. Because this is how I'll be going live from here on out, most likely, because the way I was going live at first, I don't think I need to. I could just go live like this. I appreciate y'all, though. I really do. Let me see. Yeah, now why can't I hear myself? Yeah. Let me put this down. Slide that on over there. I'm never gonna give you up. I can move that here. Oh no, I don't want to do that. All right. I just want to make sure my mic was still on because the headphones did what they did. But yeah, man. So I'm about to create a video for what we just watched, do a recap. So I'm definitely gonna get back up with y'all, and we will go from there. I appreciate y'all, and definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I definitely appreciate you all, and yeah, we're gonna go from there. So yeah, that's gonna do it for your boy Dream Team Buddha. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, turn the bell notifications on so that way I keep you in the know with everything Commanders. And that's going to do it for me. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Oh, damn. I hit the wrong